just as well. 'Cause if I could swing for what I'm thinking, Lord, I'd go straight to hell. 7 years of bad luck since I had you by my side. 7 years of bad luck since you made this girl his bride. Times I could have killed him, God knows I should have tried. I could have drowned him in the bathtub, pushed him off a train, fed him to the gators, Lord, wouldn't be no crying shame. Shot him full of poison to help him on his way. Broke his neck 1,000 times like he broke my heart each day. Can't help for what you're thinking, it is probably just as well. You can't help for what you're thinking, 'cause I go straight to hell. Beside him, stand ear to ear, drink his blood for gravy, never have to walk in feet. Chopped him into pieces, then bake him in a pie. Sold it to McDonald's, Lord, for $1.95. But you can't help what you're thinking, and it's probably just as well. 'Cause if I could help for what I'm thinking, Lord, I'd go straight to hell.
And that was Laura May and the Bel Airs from the album Jock's Juke Joint, which you guys have put together with some of Scotland's, it says here, Contemporary Blues from Scotland, Volume 1.
Yes.
And you've got, as you mentioned already, you've got Volume 2 that's going to be coming up. What was you were saying, Nick, the idea behind the album?
Well, the idea behind the album was that we know so many people now in the blues scene, and we were thinking about working with 2 or 3 acts in one evening to try and put more bottoms on seats, because that seems to work quite well. And we just kind of grew it from there, and I figured we know so many people, we have our own studio, why not make an album? And it was a crazy idea that, thanks to Facebook and people like Duncan Beattie and Lewis, that actually came to fruition last month. Put the word out, we wanted acts to submit their tracks, and we got 35 acts. We've already done the first 17, they're on the album, and the balance now want to get the second one as soon as possible.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It's good, you know, a collaboration of artists and putting out the message that blues in Scotland is alive and kicking.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Now, if people want to follow you, I don't mean literally follow you around the gigs, but if people want
well,
to...
they can do that if they want.
No, they can do that too.
Really?
Yeah.
We have a huge van, they can come with us if they're decent people and they've got a bad sense of humour.
And is that required?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, with the off-air chat, I would probably agree. Yeah. Now, how would your fans or your fan base follow you? What's the best avenues for them to?
Website, Facebook, Reverb Nation.
Okay, website is
www.lewishamiltonmusic.com. Facebook is Lewis Hamilton and the Boogie Brothers typed into a search engine.
There's a link on the website, a great big F lurking about there somewhere, they can click on that.
And Reverb Nation is similar thing using a great thing called Google. If you put
Fantastic.
Lewis Hamilton and the Boogie Brothers in, you should find it.
Brilliant. And if people want to book you, is it probably better if they go through the website?
Yes.
Yeah. The website's got a form on it which you can sign up to emails which we send out every month or two. But the Facebook page actually is quite a good way to get in touch with us, because we're finding more and more venues have their own Facebook page and they message bands direct. And we quite like that personal interaction thing. It works for us.
Fantastic. And it's good to be interactive with your fan base. You know, I think one of the things that I usually say to either bands or acts that come on, and I always say to the listener, if people want to get involved in music, or people want to, you know, ask you questions or whatever, go up and speak to the band. You know, don't be afraid to approach. Everybody's just normal people. And,
yeah, we won't bite much.
Yeah,
We won't bite much.
Not much.
Not much.
Now, just a question I usually ask: what advice would you give anybody who wants to get involved in the music business, who's thinking, you know, your guitar, your bedroom heroes, who're sitting there thinking, I'd like to get involved with a band, or I'd like to. What advice would you give to these guys and girls?
Plug yourself as much as you possibly can, in any way possible, and get out there.
It's about profile.
It's about profile. It's about pushing yourself as much as you can, and obviously practicing.
Practice.
So if you're at a level where you think you want to get out there, just go for it as much as you can. Try and make yourself viral. Try and plug yourself on the internet. Do as many gigs as you can. Find the best musicians. Work with promoters. All that stuff. It's all about marketing. It's a very important thing.
I had a guest on the show, a chap called Chris Agnew. You might know his name.
Is that Lee Agnew's brother?
Chris Agnew from Fife. His dad was the guitarist and the bass guitarist in Nazareth.
That's Lee Agnew.
That's Lee Agnew. Yeah, we know.
So you know. And Chris said to me that he found that the best thing that he ever did in his younger years, in the early part of his career, is that he was a yes man. He just always said yes. You know, when people said, "Can you go and play here? Can you play there? Or would you like to jam on this? Or would you like to come along?" You know, would you follow that sort of train of thought?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes.
Yes.
That is the answer.
Yes is the word.
Yes, we would.
Yes, we would. Yes, we can.
I think it's really important to get together with 2 or 3 other like-minded folk and actually make a band and play within your limits, but have fun doing it in a garage, in a living room, and just do it every Friday for 3 months until you have a few songs which are marketable. Film it with an iPhone, get a Reverb Nation page up, and start building your own confidence. And going to jam sessions, open mic sessions, and actually performing as a little band, even if you're starting off a little bit shakily, it's good to get out there and promote yourself, and you never know who's in the audience.
Well, that's it. You know, it's the right place at the right time, and you never know. Now, I'm going to play one track that I've selected from Jock's Juke Joint, and I promised Willie that I'd play it, so I'm going to play Willie Logan, and the track is called Nodully, or is it Nodully?
I don't know. Noodly.
It's
No
Dilly Women.
Willie, give us a call. Tell us how we can pronounce it. We're going to play this, and then we're going to come back and chat again.
My no-dolly woman is right for me. My no-dolly woman is the light you see. She's the sun and the moon, and she shines from heaven to earth. She's the rainbow, the flowers, and the love that colors my earth. She's all things, not one thing. All things, she's everything. My no-dolly woman materialized. My no-dolly woman, she hypnotized. She's the power in the sky with an eye for enchantment and breeze. She's no holy disciple, but lives her truth and believes. She's all things, not one thing. All things, she's everything.
fabulous Willie Logan. Oh, yes, singing.
Not one thing, all things. She's everything. She's all things, not one thing.
And that's from the album Jock's Juke Joint.
Everything.
Fantastic stuff. Now we've got a couple of things to mention before we go up to the news. What is it, Bluesberry Jam?
Yes, we had an idea on the way down in the van that we don't sell enough stuff at gigs, and he had Kay said jam, preserves as one thing, and I just said the idea of Bluesberry Jam, and it kind of just developed on there.
So,
It's amazing what.
so what's happening with that then?
Well, Bluesberry Jam, we don't really have a product
We haven't got a business plan.
per se, but we're gonna make Blueberry Jam and stick our label on it and try and sell it at gigs just for fun.
It's called Bluesberry Jam. His mother is a chef, a trained chef, and we phoned her to make sure that it was a goer, and it's definitely a goer. So at the next gig, we'll hopefully have a tub of Bluesberry Jam, spreading the love.
Spread the love.
Ah, see, that's good. I mean, it's cheesy. It's cheesy, but it's marketable.
Try not to put a lid on it.
Oh, gee. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear.
Sorry, we could preserve this moment forever, but we couldn't.
Oh, thankfully, we've only got a minute and 20 seconds before we go to the news. Now, you want to plug a gig that you're playing in Edinburgh?
Yeah, we're in Whistle Binkies on the 22nd, Saturday night, starting at 6:30 till 8. And then there's a kind of Duke's Joint jamboree thing later on at 9 o'clock, which is for all the artists on the CD to get together. And it's at the Counting House in Edinburgh, I believe, although I think you should check the Facebook page. Put in Jock's Duke Joint and have a look there.
Fantastic stuff. Well, thank you very much, chaps, for coming in today. It's been an absolute blast, I've got to say.
It's been a slice of heaven.
Thanks for having us.
A pleasure to meet you, and it's good to see face to face the faces behind the music.
Oh God!
And,
oh my God! Thank God it's radio.
And what we shall do is we shall get a photo, the obligatory photo with the Black Diamond sign, and we'll get that stuck up on the Facebook page. All the very best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May all your dreams come true, as they say. And I hope that the festival gigs and all the things that you want to do, I hope that all comes off.
Yep.
And I can say that I've had you on the show when you're famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're famous, we can say we've been on your show as well.
Yeah,
What do you mean when I'm famous?
Sorry. 20,000 listeners is pretty damn good.
Oh, we're going to come back after the news. Thank you very much, Lewis Hamilton and the Boogie Brothers.
Online at